It is often said, where a man's heart is, that is exactly where his interest will lie. A video showing the president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, visiting his cows in Daura, Katsina State, barely hours after hundreds of boys were abducted by terrorist bandits. This has created a lot of criticism from several social media users. And I'm sure right now you will be boiling. And for those who believe that Buhari is dead and Jubril Al-Sudani or impostor is actually the one in charge of Nigeria or masquerading as president of Nigeria, it is all the same. Whoever it is that is earning the salary and controlling the affairs of his friends and family as regards whatever it is that they get into their pockets, this person is in Daura, Katsina State, going to his farm to see his cows. Simply put, that is where his desire and heart is. The pupils of Government Boys Science Secondary School in Kankara local government area of Katsina State were abducted by gunmen around 11 p.m. on Friday. Or sometimes I think it's a boarding school, probably 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. Now, in a video posted on social media Monday by Sahara reporters with the timestamp December 12, 2020, however, Buhari is seen with his aides touring his ranch. The video comes barely a day after Buhari, who is also in Katsina State, failed to visit the school but sent a delegation from Abuja to visit the school. And you know what they do? Their sympathies, and they write with a great this, pain here and there. They write stories. They have a template for this. Sahara reporters published on Boilisho said it was obvious that Buhari was not competent and it was time for him to go. It is said that 600 students, some say 333, some say 10, the federal government of Nigeria, via their spokesperson, their mouthpiece, Garba Shehu said 10. And he claimed that this report is from the students that escaped, that they said 10. But Enenche, the spokesperson for the military, said 333. Now, a new quote from Punch newspaper is 600. Sarah reporters 600 got kidnapped in Katsina State and Buhari ignored them. Instead, the lifeless president went to visit his cows. The moment we get it that Buhari's regime cannot be redeemed, we will come to the inevitable conclusion that Buhari must go or Jubril Al-Sudani must go, whatever he is. Now, some other Twitter users responded to this. They reacted to this. They said cows with benefits. 600 lives meant nothing to him. Where a man's treasure is, that is where his heart is, like I said. Another person wondered how Nigerians would endure Buhari's incompetence, ineptitude for the next years coming. Someone say, is this the president who wants to rule? Of course, he's ruling. He's not leading till 2023. Remember, we are still in 2020. We better focus on Buhari must go and not NSAS alone. Someone said the recent abduction of schoolboys could be worse than the kidnapping of Chibok girls in 2014 if urgent action is not taken. It appears if we don't do something in the next 24 hours, we may have another Chibok case in our hands. Anytime this happens and is ignored for 2 to 3 days, the window closes. The state government is saying 300 are missing, while Garba Shehu is saying 10 students. Like I said, we are in a mess. These are part of the tweets. Now, with all of this, you know what it is. You know what it is. You know that this is serious. We are in a very, very terrible time. We've been in terrible times, but this time around, it is getting worse. It is getting even worse and more complex. Buhari visits cows rather than visiting the crime scene. Rather do what he needs to do. Buhari preferred to visit cows. Buhari preferred to visit cows. What else do you expect? What else do you expect from the Fulani man? What else do you expect from someone who was able to become a military general without O level? What else do you expect from this contraption called Nigeria? Sadly, his heart is on mundane treasure, ordinary cows, at the expense of sacred, priceless treasures, precious human lives, very pathetic, devoid of all feelings. Some said they are not surprised because you cannot give what you don't have. If you have love, you will give love. If you are bitter, you will give bitterness. If you are clueless, you will lead people into pit. If you have hatred, you will keep hating people. If you are selfish, self-centered, wicked, and evil, all of this is what you will give to people till you die. The man showed the real life value of a typical Bororo, Fulani man in those days. They value their cattle, cows, even more than their children, talk less of other people's life. If you wanted to chase away a Bororo Fulani, just let 2 of his cows die. He will run away. For wherever a man's heart is, or a man's treasure is, that's where his heart is. Our nation leaders' behaviors and characters any different from those of animals? Divine intervention is what we need. I think we need more than divine intervention. We need our own personal intervention by waking up from our slumber. Enough is enough. Either Buhari is dead, there is an impostor, whatever it is. What is going on is not to allow an impostor, Buhari, Jubril, or whoever to be at this helms of affair, because this man is clueless. His cows are more valuable to him than the abducted children. Who cares? He doesn't care. He doesn't care. This is someone who did not even bother to put on a mask to receive his ministers and his entourage, because his heart thoughts are only on his cows. Then the question I want to ask people who are already upset is this: what is wrong if a father decides to visit his children? Buhari is simply going to visit his children. Every father has a right to visit his children without being questioned. So what else do you expect? Are you cows? You are not cows. That is why Buhari cares less about you. If you were a cow, Buhari would have bothered about you. So what else do you expect? Why don't you chase this man away so that he can go to Zambisa forest where they can have numerous cows there? So unfortunate to be ruled by a herdsman. A country with intellectuals, pastor, professor. Yet what you have is a Fulani herdsman as your president. Is this not a shame? Cows are more important than the abducted children. Most of you should be very sad at this moment, and we should begin to look inwards. Cows more important than 600 missing or kidnapped children, or even 300, or even 1. They believe more in the protection of their cows than their children. They guide their lives with their cows. They guide cows with their lives. A man that once claimed that he's a military man, that claimed that he has knowledge of artillery, weaponry, and all of these things, rather is more of a Fulani herdsman. And that is what it is. This is such a shame. But we live in a country where, such stupidity is encouraged. It will smile and come back again as if nothing is wrong with this. And there is no aggressive reaction to this. Everywhere say enough is enough. We don't want any of this anymore. Buhari, I repeat again, few hours after the abduction and possibly the death of some of these young people, students in Kastina State where he hails from, he preferred to visit his cows.